investigation, however, the doctor was astonished to find that the bumps were actually unusual growths after the surgery when the bandages were removed.
Hey y'all, so today I'm making my man some stuffed salmon with some rice. This is his most requested meal. He loves salmon. And I'll be trying to make it different ways for him.
At 16, Shamiya Allen thought she found love. She found Brian Jackson instead. He was 31, grown, tatted, fast-talking. He called himself a man. He ran a tattoo shop, had women already, and made space for her like she was just another. On in rotation, but to her he was everything. He told her he didn't do monogamy, said he was poly, that he could love more than one. She acted cool about it, said she could handle it, but she couldn't. She didn't want to share. She just didn't know how to say no. By the time she turned 18, she already had a baby by him. She was pregnant again. Her days were full of noise, fighting with the other girls, going back and forth with Brian, trying to prove she belonged. And still raising their child, still thinking this was what love looked like. She thought pain was part of being in love. She thought jealousy just meant she cared. She thought if she stayed long enough, she'd win. She moved in with him. She made TikToks with him. They pretended to be a fitness couple, smiling for the camera, pushing weights, acting like everything was good. But behind the scenes, she was tired, angry, always one argument away from packing her things. Brian was rough with her. He'd get locked up for putting his hands on her, then come home and post about how he missed her. He'd cry on live videos, blame the system, say he was misunderstood, say she was crazy, say it was her fault, and she'd fall for it. Every time. In November, he started posting about being tired of life. He was on house arrest and hated it, said he didn't want to be on this earth anymore, said he was losing it. 2 weeks later, Shamiya got arrested too. She showed up to what she thought was her house, found Brian in the bed with another girl. She snapped, went off, fought him. Cops came. She got taken in. Even after that, they smiled for the cameras at their son's birthday, acted like they were good, acted like nothing had happened. But it was fake. Everyone could see it. By January 29th, she couldn't take it anymore. She came back to the house, this time with a gun.
If Future closes his damn mouth, get y'all both out your mouth.
No, man, you know, like shit. Alright, then. She said, why window shop when you own this?
She was only 16, he was 31. They called it love. The internet called it tragic, but no one stopped it until it ended in blood. This isn't just another story, this is a warning and a wound. If you're here, watch till the end. And if this hurts to hear, Make sure you never forget her name, Shamiya Allen.
Welcome
Subscribe
back.
to this channel,
Little
not just
winged
for
ass.
stories, but for the truth
How
they
about
tried to
that?
hide. She was 16, still figuring herself out, still growing into her face, still new to love. That's when she met Brian Jackson. He was 31. He had his own place, his own money, his own way of living. He was already a father. He owned a tattoo gun. His arms were covered in ink. Women called his phone every day, but he made space for her, talked to her like she was more than a child, like she was worth something. She liked the attention. He liked the control. He didn't lie. He told her he had other women, told her he was polyamorous, said she had to accept it if she wanted to be in his life. She said she could. She said she didn't mind. She just wanted to be close to him. He started bringing her around more, took pictures with her, showed her off when it suited him. But she was just getting started in life, and he already knew how to keep someone close without promising them anything. She got pulled into his world fast. Late-night arguments, girls coming and going, jealousy, secrets. And still, she stayed. At first it was exciting. She felt chosen. She felt grown. But the deeper she got, the more it broke her down. He wasn't building anything with her. He was building around her. She was just another part of the show, and she didn't even know she was already losing herself. She became a mother young, Brian's child, her son. She thought it would make things better, that it would make her matter more, but it didn't change him. The fights got worse, sometimes loud, sometimes quiet, sometimes in public, sometimes with police. One moment he was calling her the love of his life. The next he was gone for days, or locked up, or with another woman. Still, she stayed. They posted like nothing was wrong. Videos of them working out, TikToks with matching outfits, birthday balloons, smiles that lasted just long enough for the camera to stop recording. She posted him like proof, like if people saw them happy, maybe it would become real. But it wasn't real. Behind closed doors, it was messy. Arguments over phones, over women, over where he was last night, over who he really wanted. She cried, she screamed, she forgave, and then did it all again. Brian didn't stop seeing other girls. They didn't like her, made it known. She tried to play tough, but she was tired. Always competing, always proving, always being reminded she wasn't enough. He didn't choose her, he chose himself. Every time she started showing signs. On camera, she looked drained. Off camera, she was worse. The love was wearing her down. Her body was changing, her face, her mind. Everything about her started to shrink under the weight of him, but she never walked away. Because even when he hurt her, he still said she was his, and that was all she ever wanted to hear. By January, everything was falling apart. Brian was still on house arrest. Shamiya was pregnant again. Their son was growing. Their problems were louder than ever. He was posting like nothing was wrong, complaining about being stuck at home, joking about his charges, acting like the stress was something he could just laugh off. She wasn't laughing. She had already been arrested in December, walked in on him in the bed with another woman, fought him, screamed, got taken in again. More drama, more court, more records with her name on them. She was tired, tired of the lies, tired of the other women, tired of always being the one who looked crazy, and now she was losing control. On January 29th, she showed up at his house again. She brought a gun. Maybe she came to scare him. Maybe she came to end something. Maybe she came because she couldn't take it anymore. Police got called. Brian said she broke in, said she was looking for him, said she had the gun. Officers started clearing the house. Then one gunshot, just one. By the time they found her, it was too late. She had a gunshot wound to the head. She was still pregnant. Everything stopped. And the girl who had stayed too long in the love that was never safe was now gone.
Y'all both got your mouth.
No, man, you know, like shit. Alright, then. She said, why window shop when you own this?
However, the doctor was astonished to find that the bumps were actually unusual growths after the surgery when the bandages were removed.
Hey y'all, so today I'm making my man some stuffed salmon with some rice. This is his most requested meal. He loves salmon. And I'll be trying to make it different ways for him. I have tried fried salmon, of course regular seared salmon, and this is my second time doing the stuffed salmon. Yeah, this shit is fire, so I recommend you to make this for your man, boo.
She was gone. Her body was still. Her name started trending. News broke the story. People were shocked but not surprised. They had seen the signs, the bruises, the fights, the silence. Brian didn't grieve. He posted. The same night, he went on Facebook. Wrote that she broke in. Said she had a gun. Said she got shot in the head. No emotion, no sadness, just facts like a report. Cold, fast, like it was more important to get ahead of the story than to feel anything. People noticed, screenshots spread, comments flooded in. No one bought it. The tone, the timing, the way he talked like a victim, like he was more hurt than the woman who died carrying his child. Then something strange happened. A long message appeared on Shamiya's account, a so-called farewell post. It said she did it on purpose. It blamed herself. It praised Brian. It called him loving, patient, good. It sounded like she had written it just before dying, but it didn't sound like her. It sounded like him. Same slang, same writing style, same run-on sentences, same way of flipping blame and playing innocent. People compared the posts. Too many similarities, too much overlap. It felt fake. It felt staged, and the internet noticed. They called it out, said Brian. Who wrote it, said he was trying to clean things up, shape the story, make himself the one to feel sorry for. The truth, nobody knew who typed it. But the damage was done. Now she was gone, and he was still talking. Her mother couldn't sleep. Her daughter was dead, not from sickness, not from an accident, from love that turned violent, from a man she had tried to keep her away from, Danielle. Pearson buried her child 2 weeks before her 19th birthday. Valentine's Day would never feel the same again. She spoke out. She wrote about her daughter on GoFundMe, called her strong, called her sweet, said she came into the world trying to cut her own umbilical cord, said she fought too hard for this, to be her ending. She blamed Brian, not just for what happened that night, but for everything before it, the emotional damage, the isolation, The way he made Shamiya feel small, then guilty, then crazy. The way he twisted love into control. The family had tried to step in, tried to pull her away, tried to make her see, but she always went back to him, always believed he'd change, always defended him even when she was the one bleeding. Now they were lighting candles, holding vigils, crying in silence, telling reporters that abuse doesn't always look like fists, that sometimes it's words, sometimes it's lies, sometimes it's the slow burn of being broken down until there's nothing left. They didn't want revenge. They wanted people to see what they missed, so maybe the next girl wouldn't die loving the wrong man. Shamiya's story wasn't rare, it was just visible. Most girls like her don't end up on the news. They just disappear inside quiet pain, inside houses where nobody listens, in relationships with men who say they love them, but only break them down. She was 16, he was 31. It wasn't illegal, but it was never right. He had the experience, the power, the words. She had hope, and that was enough to trap her, because power doesn't always look like money. Sometimes it looks like age, control, silence, rules you don't realize you're following until it's too late. She said yes to things she didn't understand. He said it was love. She believed him. And by the time she saw it for what it was, she was already too far in. There were signs, the fights, the lies, the jealousy, the guilt trips, the sudden good days right after the worst ones. But she stayed, because leaving felt harder than hurting. Now she's gone, and the world is still full of girls who think they can fix broken men. Still full of men who call it love, but mean control. Still full of families too tired to fight the same battle twice. The next girl is already scrolling, already smiling at messages from someone older, already thinking she's grown enough to handle it. She's not, but no one tells her until she's a headline. Shamiya Allen was more than what happened to her. She was soft-spoken, but loud when she laughed. She danced without music. She loved hard, too hard. She gave more than she got, and stayed longer than she should have. But she always believed people could change, that love could fix things. She dreamed big, about being a nurse, about giving her son a better life, about starting a business, about finally being enough for someone who wouldn't leave. Her life was short, but it left something behind. Not just a child, not just photos or videos or court records, but a warning, a reminder that love should never feel like fear. That no man should have the power to silence a girl who still had growing to do. That no woman should lose herself while trying to save someone else. Now she's gone, but her story is still being told. Quietly, in living rooms, loudly, online, in the tears of her mother, in the questions of strangers, in the faces of others.
Girls still trying to love boys who don't love
after
them
the
back.
surgery,
She
when
didn't
the
get the
bandages
ending
were
she
deserved, but maybe someone else will. Rest
Hey y'all,
in
so today I'm
peace,
making my man some
Shamiya.
stuffed salmon with some rice. This is his most requested meal. He loves salmon. And I'll be trying to make it different ways for him. I have tried fried salmon, of course regular seared salmon, and this is my second time doing the stuffed salmon. Yeah, this shit is fire, so I recommend you to make this for your man, boo.
She gave her love, her body, her youth, all to a man who couldn't even carry her name with respect after she was gone. We don't tell these stories for views. We tell them so another girl sees the signs, so another mother doesn't have to. Bury her child. If this touched you, hit subscribe. Because this platform isn't just for content, it's for every voice that didn't make it out.
During the operation, operation, however, the doctor was astonished to find that the bumps were actually unusual growths. After the surgery, when the bandages were removed.
Hey y'all, so today I'm making my man some stuffed salmon with some rice. This is his most requested meal. He loves salmon. And I'll be trying to make it different ways for him. I have tried fried salmon, of course regular seared salmon, and this is my second time doing the stuffed salmon.